Cursed. Cursed. We all go a little mad sometimes.
There's a formula to it. A very simple formula.
I saw the boogeyman. I saw him outside.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new episode of Tomb of Terrors with me, Old Man Brad. Whether you are new to the show or returning for another episode, thank you so much for giving me a listen. If you love the show, drop me a review on your favorite podcast app, or you can become a patron, patreon.com/oldmanbrad. Also, make sure to follow me on social media on Instagram and Blue Sky. Just look for Old Man Brad. Tomb of Terrors also has a brand new Instagram account you can follow as well. And make sure you follow me on Letterboxd so you can see all the watches I do. So we're back with some more Naschy in the Year of Naschy. We're straying away from the werewolves this month, and we are going to a new character he did multiple times in film. I'll be talking about Horror Rises from the Tomb from 1973, and I'm so excited to have back one of my favorite guests. He's making a return. I want to welcome in Drew. How you doing, Drew?
I'm so excited for a little nosh. Just a little nosh, a little tasting.
Well, last time you were here, it was Bruno Mattei.
It was.
Now you come back for Paul Naschy. So
Now we come back for the nosh.
is it a good thing, bad thing? I don't know. We'll find out.
I think I'm here for, I don't know, like the foreign horror. Am I the foreign horror guy?
I don't know. I mean,
Maybe, I don't know.
I tried to spread the wealth with everything to try to get more people involved in experiencing these films. Because this is the fifth one I've done so far. So this will be the fifth Naschy film through this whole year. So far, I mean, they've been pretty good. I think it was last month. It was Vengeance of the Zombies, which was not the best one. That wasn't my favorite.
Just okay.
Yeah, just okay. But this one, Horror Rises from the Tomb, or El Espanto Surge de la Tumba from 1973. This was the first Paul Naschy movie I ever watched. It was one of those when I got into the Tomb of the Blind Dead series.
You do love that series.
I do.
You do love
really
that.
good. I think I need to do it on the show sometime. I've never actually done any episodes or anything talking about it. I just tell people about it.
That seems like a misstep, Bradley.
It very much so. But this came because I started looking at their lists out there of either Blind Dead adjacent or Blind Dead, like other films that people made kind of about the Blind Dead. And Horror Rises from the Tomb was one of the adjacent films, which I don't know why, just because it has zombies in it, I guess.
Because reasons, I guess. Yeah.
I guess. It's more, 1973. Yeah, it would be more closely influenced by Night of the Living Dead, especially the scene with the zombies, but we'll get to that.
One particular scene, I think.
Yes. Let me ask you, do you have any history of Paul Naschy, watching his films before this?
I don't. This is my first tasting, my first nosh.
I think it has been pretty much everybody thus far, except for Bede. When we did his, I think he was the only one that had seen one prior.
I mean, I'm glad that I did. This was fun. I have copious notes.
And now you own the Paul Naschy collection on DVD, on Blu-ray. That you
now because, I mean, I guess I had to. It's not like I could have just watched this one movie that I had to watch on Tubi. I clearly had to buy both volumes of the Blu-rays.
You're like, I can't just watch one. I need to have 10 total movies.
It's like Spanish horror Pringles. I just have to. I have to keep watching more.
That's okay, because that's how this whole thing started. I bought one, I bought another, and went, okay, you know what? Let's just buy a whole bunch more, and we'll do a series about this.
Then my wife got mad, and then I bought some more.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then I stopped, and then I secretly bought more.
I think that's how Bruno Mattei happened too. I bought one, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a bunch of them. I'm just going to buy them, and let's go. It's an addiction? I don't know. Would you call it an addiction?
You're talking to a guy whose living room holds 5,000 plus movies. I don't have the room to talk here.
That's fair.
I have a literal library in my home, Bradley. I'm not the person to ask.
But now you have all these Paul Naschy movies to watch.
Yes.
All right, Drew. You ready? You ready to talk Horror Rises from the Tomb?
From the dark and mysterious Middle Ages, full of mystery and violence, there now comes to the screen, fear rises from the tomb, a curse which would bring these people to the most terrifying situations.
A warlock's severed head is unearthed centuries after his execution. Reanimated, it seeks to reunite with its body, wreaking havoc as a group encounters its sinister quest. This is directed by Carlos Ared, written by Paul Naschy under his actual name, Jacinto Molina. This stars Paul Naschy, Emma Cohen, Helga Line, Victor Alcazar, Luis Siggs, Maria Jose Cantudo, and others. And this came out in 1973. And some interesting things about this, Drew. Naschy wrote this film in approximately 36 hours. Producers was like, we want to make a movie. We need it by like tomorrow. Go.
And he filmed it also in his own country home.
It was his parents' estate, which I guess kind of helped. It helped with the budget because it was a low budget. Some things I read, people were like, it made it look bigger in budget than it actually was because they had the location. They didn't have to scout to pay for it and do all this other stuff. But it came out in 1973 in Spain and Mexico. It went straight to TV here in the U.S. as Horror Rises from the Tomb. It was also released in Germany as Blood Mass and then re-released in 1980 as Blood Mass of the Zombies so they could play off the popularity of Dawn of the Dead. Like most everything else around that time. What can we do to make it seem like it's hooked to Dawn of the Dead? Well, I mean, make it Zombie 3, Zombie 12.
I do love Letterboxd's little tagline, "Lust has never been this terrifying."
Ooh. And it did receive a sequel in 1982 called Panic Beats. Maybe they'll show up later. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see on that one.
Never know.
What were your initial thoughts on Horror Rises from the Tomb?
I rather enjoyed it. It was very entertaining. I will say that this movie, at certain points, I did make a note and say, Brad, am I watching Brendan Fraser's The Mummy? Because it plays out a lot like Brendan Fraser's The Mummy. We have
I can see that.
We have a protector who's guarding an item. We have an undead, essentially like a sorcerer or a priest, and his female compatriot. We have people that should not be meddling with a buried body that needs to stay hidden. We have a female sacrifice to bring back the female compatriot, and then we have the hero that is clearly there to kind of like put things right. Like a lot of things fall into place where I'm like, am I watching The Mummy? is this Brendan Fraser and and Friends?
I wonder if Stephen Sommers watched Horror Rises from the Tomb and was like, I'm making a mummy movie, and it just stuck in his head when he was like,
I'm making a mummy movie. I mean, I was trying to figure out exactly where my notes are, where I had written that, but I was like, there we go. Why am I getting a mummy vibe from this? It looks oddly similar.
Once you mention it and you kind of list it out and you think about it, you're like, yeah, it does.
It follows, that kind of like storyline. I do. Yeah. I did have a good time with it. I loved watching, the opening. However, I also was watching it and I was all like, is this Monty Python? This looks like Monty Python. I'm getting a very Monty Python vibe from it. And I also wrote like, I also want to be dressed like Lord Farquaad because, the head guy like taking him out to, thank God we have all this land to film on because we're going to the hanging tree.
Yeah.
And because, we can't do this in the city.
Well, of course not. I mean,
this is the sacred hanging tree. What I wrote like, oh, good. This is the Whomping Willow's first role.
With your select few people that you take with you.
Right? I found it so weird that, I love that they're just in the wagon. Like, no one's trying to escape. They're like, yeah, get this over with.
Like,
like,
whatever.
Take us wherever. I love that they're reading off all of their charges, and he's all like, "You've been, you are guilty of being vampires, lycanthropes," and I'm like, "They're vampires and lycanthropes? Is this Underworld?"
Well, they had to throw the lichens in there since he has so many werewolf movies. He wrote it, so he probably wrote that in there, and we're like, I gotta throw a little.
But it was like you're vampires, you're lycanthropes, you're cannibals, you're Satanists, witches. I think they also said that. I do find it interesting that they took the time to behead Paul, or not Paul, but the Baron's name. But they behead the warlock, and I was all like, that's not a bad beheading.
Alaric de Marnock.
They behead him, and I'm like, that's not bad. That actually looked pretty cool. But then I'm like, what are you doing with the lady? And it just seemed like for the complete, the purposes of like, are we going to get some boobs? Let's show some boobs. So they hang her upside down, they strip her naked, and then they whip her before they kill her.
As you watch through the other Paul Naschy movies you now own, you will see a plethora
I'll see where this
boobs.
This goes.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining the boobs were there. I'm just saying, like, what was the purpose? Like, you killed the other guy, but you strip her naked?
Yeah, you'll sense a theme when you start watching others, because I think one I did with Brett from Dissect That Film, the Dr. Jekyll one, every woman in that film had their clothes ripped off at some point.
Okay. So Roger Corman would be proud. Okay, good.
Overall, I mean, I like this movie. This is kind of the film that started all this whole Paul Naschy journey for me. So I think this one, out of all of his films, will probably always hold that like a little bit extra, because it was the first one I watched, and I'm like, I need to watch more of his films. I need to see more of this stuff. And then here we are. We're going to end up with 20 plus movies talked about over this year.
Sure.
But this one, we get that brief, as you said, this brief time centuries ago, and they're taking him to execute Alaric de Marnock and his, I guess, is it his bride? Or
is that Elsa Zabala? She's Madame Erna Komarova, or is that another person?
Mabel de Lancre, played by Helga Line, convicted of Satanism, and are executed by decapitation together in a field, although she has to get naked first before she dies. But
naked, hung upside down, whipped, and then decapitated.
Yes, correct. But before he dies, he curses them, curses the families.
Of course you curse the family.
Then we move forward many, many years.
As they are driving through the city, and then I love he's all like, what? He even gave us a ticket. And I'm like, no shit, dude, you ran a red light. Of course why is Hugo upset by this?
Oh, I forgot that Paul Naschy also plays 3 parts in this. He plays the brother that he cursed, who is killing him at the beginning. He plays him, the warlock, and then he plays Hugo de Marnock in the years later, a ancestor of him.
I will say full and, from this point, Hugo is a dick. Hugo is a dick. However, he also reminds me of like Bob Newhart. Like the way he's dressed for this movie makes me feel, I get like a Bob Newhart feel from him. Yeah, I mean, just like later on, like, I mean, this is more towards like the farmhouse, but also like just little things he does. He's all like, oh, what if we go scare the girls? We could put on sheets. And Maurice is like, no. He's like, okay, never mind.
As you watch this, knowing the fact that he wrote this in a little over 24 hours, because the movie does tend to jump around a lot, and there are many moments where you're like, what? Why? Like right when we get to present day, we almost go into a seance right away.
There's the big insistence on, doing a seance because it's all the rage. And like, we think it's going to be super cool. And Maurice is having trouble painting and he doesn't want to go to the seance. And then the seance is weird because you got like this weird, like Cloris Leachman lady in the background screaming.
All tied up. And you're just like, what is going on here? This is what people do.
Is that how you do your seances, Bradley? I mean, if it's not complete without a lady screaming in the background.
I mean, can you really call it a seance if that's not happening?
Can you? I don't think so.
I don't think you can. No, at this point of the seance, I was chuckling because it's hilarious. I know it's not supposed to be, but you're just like, this is kind of funny.
It's so weird. And then, when Maurice finally gets to the painting and he gets like inspired.
Yeah, he's all inspired by it.
I mean, like he's also using a tool he would never be able to paint the way that he did. And when you first saw him, when Hugo came into the room and was checking out his painting, like it looked nothing like that. And he's like, I keep having these dreams. I keep seeing this one image. And you're like, no, you don't. This looks nothing like that. And then suddenly you have a person holding a severed head, and then it starts bleeding. Where did this come from?
Well, I mean, you gotta set it up, right?
Maybe, I guess. And it's one of those things where you're like, okay, plot device.
Yeah.
Movies got a movie.
And then you have like the random people trying to rob them out there. This isn't the first time that this has happened in a Paul Naschy movie. Random people trying to rob them out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know.
Robbery.
I don't know if this is something that happened in Spain a lot, so he put it in there. I don't know.
I mean, I'd like to know how many criminals try to rob people on the side of the road and get shot in the face. And then they're still dragging the body. Doesn't he like cut off a finger and he's like, I'm going to go give this to my sister?
I think it was an ear.
Oh, an ear. That's right. It was an ear. It's like, she'll like this. It's a collectible.
Yeah. And you're just like, what? I did write down the editing in this is interesting. The way that he cuts. It's this way. This movie just, I feel like when he wrote it, I think he wrote a bunch of scenes that he's like, oh, I think this would be cool. This would be cool. And then I'll try to connect them all together here in a minute.
We'll try to have this make sense. I love he's like, so you're going to buy me that, you're going to buy that car, right? I mean, it's going to be expensive. We don't see many cars around here. He pulls out the wallet and he's like, oh, I've seen your money now. And then, there's the one guy who's left. And I love, he's all like, you don't have any authority. And then it's that moment where he's all like, badges? We don't need no stinking badges. Let's just string him up. They're just laughing. They're laughing as they're hanging him. Like it's a good time, apparently.
And I think shortly after this, don't we get some more boobs? And boobs just pop up every so often.
Sure.
And
yeah, they get to the farmhouse. Let's find the chest by digging randomly on the property.
Yes, to find the head.
Completely random to find the head, and then put it for safekeeping in the barn, I guess.
Well, maybe it was a seance that they were just inspired with the painting.
Sure.
He knew exactly where it was after that moment.
Of course. I also love the fact that the caretaker of the family manor is named Gaston.
I actually kind of liked him, and I was kind of bummed when he perished. But I liked when he came back because he's very creepy when he came back.
Yeah.
After they dig up his head and he comes back, one of the scenes, like when it's just his head sitting there on the pedestal and his eyes are just like, he's just got that evil look, controlling people.
Kill you all.
He's mind controlling people to do his bidding. Again, there were many moments in this movie where you chuckle.
Yeah, because it's so over the top.
Very much so.
I do love, everyone kind of getting in for the night. The chest itself, they're like, oh, we shouldn't open it. They take it back to the barn. And I love the robbers who apparently know that it's there. They're just like, shh, quiet. Don't wake up Gaston. And yet they make the most noise, like opening up the chest. And I love the fact that like the scroll inside has not aged. It looks perfectly like you just, printed it and bought it off of Etsy. And it's perfectly ready to go. But I love the fact that also the head hasn't decayed, clearly because of dark magic.
Well, yeah, of course.
Of course. But then in half a second, the guy is possessed. They kill Gaston, and then he kills his friend. Because let's go on a rampage with Sickles.
What I love about these old movies is the blood, where the blood is just the brightest red.
It's Tim Burton blood,
and it looks like paint.
Yeah, it's pre Tim Burton blood. It's nice. It's so thick.
It's so
and
bright.
It like cascades. The finding their way, of course, because they're possessed. They know how to get to it. But I'm like, yeah, I always keep my subterranean catacombs with rose mood lighting. Because,
of course.
I mean, wherever the warlock is going, he always has the rose mood lighting just following him. Whether it's in the catacombs, whether it's a young lady's bedroom, he always always has the rose moonlighting.
After he gets his body back and he's whole again and he can move around.
He can just connect his head back.
Did you notice the one scene when he goes into the one girl's room? Oh, I forgot her name. When the window's open, did you notice you could see the string pull the shutter open?
Yeah.
I was like, on a Blu-ray, I can see this. If this was like on a VHS, I probably might not have seen the string pulling it.
Right. I also love like that scene where any person, and it kind of it does apply like the vampiric quality to it, where like any person in their right mind would see the warlock and scream, but she's like, oh, can I? Oh, you want me to take this off?
You want me to? Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll get naked.
Yeah, I can disrobe for you, and I'll sit here and just pose. Okay.
In that scene, then it cuts to his
mistress and this kid who's like just with a porno mag,
and he sees her, and then she's like, "Oh, like, you see me?
I don't need this.
I'm gonna go ahead and disrobe for you, and then you come over to me."
Like, she's already naked. She's already completely naked. She has this like sheer see-through. It's not even like silk. I don't even know what the sheer material would be, but it's completely like I guess like a robe of it, or like a gown, but it's completely see-through.
Well, and then she just takes it off, and then
she just takes it off, and I'm like, you should just, walk around naked. Why are you wearing that? if that's what you're gonna do.
And then she kills him immediately.
Then she kills him. Oh, but she kills him by like scratching his back.
Yeah,
I love that. That's like the cause of death.
Well, maybe she's got poison in her claws or something. We didn't even talk about when they brought her back. Where they take the girl, the sacrifice, lays on top of like the skeleton body.
The blonde who has now already been walking around in her own nightgown and like bra and panties, but and she was already taken possession. She was made a slave, just like the other like farmhand or the thief was made a slave. And then at that point, they also kill Gaston's daughter. Was that his daughter? Who was killed in the kitchen? He ripped her throat, and then then he cut off her top.
That was the woman that this scene before. Paul Naschy goes into the room, is like, "Oh, I'm gonna make love to you," and then he comes down. I guess it's for breakfast, and she tries to give him a kiss, and he like pushes her away.
Oh, that was like his was like his wife.
Yeah, and then she died when the caretaker came back.
That's right.
But they don't stay dead. But when Mabel comes back, where they put her body on her, and the way it kind of superimposes and changes to like this plastic skeleton on top of her and like moves it away like she just absorbed her. Again, I just chuckle.
It's the mummy. It's a Noxuna moon.
It is. It so is. You are so right.
They need to transfer the body over.
But all these people who die will come back.
They do come back. Then they're like pounding on the door.
And the way they come back, like when they're dead, does he throw all their bodies in this lake for them to come out of?
Well, I mean, that's where they buried Gaston, because it's also not like they just threw the body in the lake. Like they wrapped up his body. They wrapped it up. Like they wrapped it in chains too, so it would sink.
But it was weird because they all came out of the lake at this scene. Like all of them, he was kind of like leading them as they walk with his like white eyes and his.
I don't know, because we have a random selection of extra girls already at the house for sacrificial and boobs, and then other people died. Like, did the servants like take them all to the lake? Is the lake a purpose? Is the lake like their Ra's al Ghul like resurrection pit?
Maybe.
Who knows? Like, I mean, why are they coming out of the lake?
I wrote in my notes, I go, I like that the zombies came out of the lake, but why are they in the lake? They just killed them.
Like, why are they in the lake? What's that movie where like the Nazis rise out of the lake?
I think it has lake in the name too, isn't it? It's just like Dead Lake or something like that.
I know it's over there. I know it's in that bookshelf over there. I can't think of it.
You're like, I own it. I just don't know. Zombie Lake.
Zombie Lake.
I liked this scene where they come out of the lake and come to the house.
Where they come back to the house. It's very reminiscent, like you said.
Night of the Living Dead. Yeah.
Also, the white contacts were very effective.
They were.
I thought they worked very well.
I want more of this part, more of this zombie. I know it's small budget and you couldn't do it to more people or have more people to kill off, but I'm like, this is effective. I like this.
How smart are the zombies that when he starts chasing them off with the torch and getting them to back outside, there's the one zombie who like holds back and hides behind the wall to come up from behind.
When he gets the fire and he gets them out of the house, and then there's just conveniently the old furniture there just outside the door that he can break and like burn. And
so I think it's like after this point, it's or even right before this point, we have Gaston was protecting this talisman that was, hidden in the family. It was in the well.
I forgot about the talisman.
And the talisman is supposed to protect from the warlocks specifically. So again, we have this protective talisman that the female is wearing.
It's supposed to protect her when she takes her clothes off.
This is the cat. Nobody sleeps with any clothes on in this movie, by the way. Everyone sleeps nude.
That's what they did in the 70s.
What did I say? I said like rose-colored shadow of lightning follows him everywhere. Protective talisman. Everyone sleeps nude. Zombie slaves. Fire. Because like when he's like looking at her, he's like, pulls down the blankets. Oh. And then he pulls a little more and he's like,
oh, talisman.
Right between the boobs.
And the reverse effect was kind of nice with the smoke going backwards of him like leaving at that point.
Again, it's Imhotep summoning the sands to have him go right out the window.
All right. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, we get it, Drew. Shut up.
Now, I think it was it the zombies that ripped the one guy's heart out?
I think so. And then that was before Maurice kills Hugo.
That's right. Because I was like, oh, this is a nice effect. Like, it has a few nice bloody effects in it, which I really liked. I loved how the zombies looked, like you said, with the white eyes. And then pretty much everybody dies.
Yeah, like everyone dies. So he's possessed, but not possessed. And then there's the talisman. Like she has the talisman. And then, like I said, like my last note was orgy trio with vampire and the blonde.
But this won't be the last time we see Alaric de Marnock. He will return in Panic Beats, which I have not seen, so I don't know how he returns or how that goes.
You don't have to have it make sense, Brad. The movie's gonna movie.
I am excited to find out what happens in the next installment. I think Panic Beats, I need to dig further, but I think aside from his Valdemar Daninsky werewolf movies, might be the only character like he returns
like he repeats.
Mm-hmm. It only got 2 movies, whereas his werewolf films, I think, now I'm drawing a blank, I think it was 12 or 13 of them.
Wow.
But none of those connect. He's still the same character, but they're supposed to be like just standalone movies. Whereas I don't know if the Panic Beats connects or not.
Now I realize why I wrote orgy trio with vampire and the blonde. It's where the blonde is suddenly summoned forth and like the warlock starts like, going after her neck, and the vampirist lady, she's just kind of like caressing her bottom leg and like holding her. It's when they're down in the catacombs and they're just being showered with again, more rose-colored mood lighting.
Well, maybe he got these on sale, and
it's fine. It's fine. It's effective.
Well, it could have been the director. The director, Carlos Ared, Naschy wanted Leon Klimovsky, who he had worked with multiple times previously, to direct this, but Klimovsky couldn't. He was already filming a movie, and Ared was an assistant director for him. So that's how he kind of, I can't get the full director. You still kind of do some of that stuff. You're his assistant director, so let's go. So overall, out of a 5, what would you give Horror Rises from the Tomb?
I give it a 3. Three rose-colored bulbs out of 5. I also love the fact that this is a Paul Naschy film, but it is Carlos Ared's first movie that he directed. So, you know what? Kudos for it. I think this is a valiant effort for a first film.
No. And, if he was assistant director and working with Leon Klimovsky for so many years, he learned the craft before he got to do his own. So, and it shows. I mean, there are editing issues. Yes, that's kind of a mess. I mean, the movie itself is a bit of a mess. It kind of jumps around here and there, but I did like it. Like I said before, this is the one that kind of started my Naschy journey. Love the zombie pieces of it. I'm excited to keep watching more of his films to kind of see where this journey takes me. And this one's a solid 3, close to 3.5. It'd probably be kind of, if I could do a 0.25, kind of right in there. Because I like it, but it's still a mess. It's not one of those that's like, oh my gosh, this is a 5-star or anything.
That's what we like, though. We like things that are messes.
I mean, some of my favorite movies could be like a 1-star movie. I'm like, this is a terrible movie, but I will watch it over and over again.
But I love it.
Yeah. After Horror Rises from the Tomb, are you excited to watch through more of this collection that you now own?
Yeah, of course. It's going to be added on to my clearly endless to-be watch list. I will probably fill in a little bit more as the summer is progressing.
Did you watch anything else off of, because I know we have the Blu-rays?
No, I did not watch anything else. I was kind of like solely saving it for summer. Summer is going to be a lot of things for me to try and fill in. Like I was telling you, I wanted to watch more movies based off of books, but also I know that with recently watching these, reviewing it, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to watch more.
Okay. I told you before we started recording, this one, just like all his previous movies, you have a clothed and nude version of scenes on the Blu-ray. The reason that there is both versions is due to censorship in Spain itself, even though he's a Spanish actor, writer, director in Spain. If he kept all the nude scenes, they couldn't have been released there. So they filmed every scene both ways and did 2 cuts of the movie.
It's kind of like when people tell me like, hey, Drew, did you know that there's like 0 sugar energy drinks? And I have to tell them, if I'm going to enjoy something that's bad for me, I'm going to enjoy the real thing. So I understand censorship. I also understand I'm going to like some boobs. So,
I mean, I watched the scenes that were on the Blu-ray. I watched them because I just like to see even a different cut. I'm like, I want to see if it was
if it had the same impact. Yeah, if it was actually going to have the same style for it. Sure, I can see that 100%.
The scene where she seduces the kid before she kills him is kind of funny. The clothes, because it basically they just cut it differently to where you don't see her take her clothes off. It kind of just before she takes it off, they just cut and then you hear the kid scream.
I know, like nudity laws, like they don't show her disrobing. Do they still show him get up and they show his butt?
No.
Okay, so they cut out anything and everything that could be. Okay.
You still see that he kind of has the magazine, but you don't see him. They kind of cut the piece out of him getting up. And then for her, she just doesn't take her clothes off.
I mean, it's a choice. It's fine.
Well, Drew, I know you're on a little of a hiatus right now, but you want to tell people all in the world anyone who listens to the show should know who you are. What you do.
I mean, I would hope so. But guys, if you want to get more of myself and my dear friends Jack and Nathan in your ear holes, you can go and look up the Real Feels podcast over on any of your regular podcatchers. When we get back into it, Real Feels podcast, we review a movie of a different genre every 2 weeks. We need to kind of wrap up our season 6, which has now taken about 2 years to do. Just people getting busy and other personal reasons. But we're gonna get back to it, and we'll get there. So you can go look up the Real Feels podcast on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Love to have you come and listen and download.
Well, Drew, I want to thank you for coming back. It's been a while since you and I have even got to chat, but being able to do an episode with you. I hope you'll come back soon, and
I'd like that.
Some more Naschy. Hint, hint. Watch for it.
It's okay, guys. Don't panic. The beats will be back.
But everybody, subscribe to the show because you don't want to miss anything that happens over here on Tomb of Terrors, whether it's the Year of Naschy or verses that I do with my wife. We have a new one coming very soon. Tales from Tubi, reviews I do, interviews I do. But next month for Naschy, Captain Steve from the Bucket of Chum podcast is going to join me, and we're going to be talking Hunchback of the Morgue. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. I'm excited for the next one. And then after that, we'll be back to werewolves with Curse of the Devil with Derek from Bad Movies, Worst People. I'll be back soon with a brand new episode. Just snuggle up in that blanket, turn off the lights, because it's okay to be scared. We'll talk to you later, everybody.